Hello and welcome to the AVG interviews. My name is Vincent Bailey, and today I'm joined by a very, very special guest, and his name is Costa Titch.
Yes, sir.
Welcome to the interview, my brother.
Thank you.
Just for the listeners at home, what is your actual heritage?
Oh, I'm half Portuguese, half Greek. Yeah. That's basically my mom's Portuguese, my dad's Greek. Yeah.
So you originally started as a backup dancer,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Was that the plan? Like, were you going to be pushed to be a dancer, and was music the plan, or did that kind of come afterwards?
So growing up, dance was a part of my life the whole way. It just came naturally to me, and did competitions, South African championships, went overseas, competed internationally, and all that stuff. And the moment I matriculated, I moved to Johannesburg, and I went straight into the dance industry. And basically, throughout doing corporate gigs, music videos, all of that type of stuff, I started backup dancing for Casper Nyovest, all right? And when I was backup dancing for him, I started to realize that within the dance industry, like, I hit this, like, pinnacle, and I wasn't breaking through it, financially and just, like, internally, it just...
You weren't properly happy. You weren't fulfilled with what you were doing.
Yeah. And via the backup dancing, I started to realize that the vision that I had envisioned since I was small was within the artist, not me as the backup dancer. You get what I mean? Yeah. So, if anything, I decided, okay, I was making music for fun at that time, and people were receiving it pretty well. And at that point, I just let me just actually go full on with this and see where it goes, because at the end of the day, I need to chase something,
When you were doing dancing, was also hip hop?
Yeah, I was mainly dancing hip hop, and then the more and more corporate gigs I used to do, I learned contemporary dancing, like all the different African genres of dancing. Yeah, so I've done a wide variety. I'm sure when the name gets bigger, those photos are gonna start leaking where you find me in those weird costumes on stage and shit. So
you've been making music for about 2 years now, and we can't ignore what you dropped in September. So let's go straight into that.
Oh yeah.
So from producing it yourself, linking up with South African legend Ricky Rick because of it, and 12K on SoundCloud in the first month, you just hit 100K streams. First of all, congratulations.
Thank you.
And obviously, you got inspiration from Mendoza, with the 808s and the tributes and everything.
Yeah.
So originally, what inspired you to make this song?
If anything, I was just experimenting. We're trying to find a new, in a sense, start a new era of South African trap music. And so we're just trying to dig back into the roots of South African music and what people were really connecting with and relating to, so the one night, myself and my boy Nelson, you guys actually met him, we're what song in South Africa does everyone know? And we're like, yo, Mendoza and Kalagata, and then my brother's girlfriend actually walked in and she was like, yo, you can't go to any white wedding and not hear that track play, So we laughed about it for a bit, and we're like, actually, let's try and see what we can do, And then as soon as we played it on Apple Music, I turned to my boy and I was like, yo, we need to play this melody on the 808s. And he looked at me a little bit confused, So I actually fuck it, I can swear, right? I'm sorry, yeah. So got into studio, and then we first laced the 808s. And then from there, I just put everything else together, and it just...
So it started from the 808.
Yeah. It was actually a weird way to make a song, And we put it together, and the very next day, I then took the song. I just had the chorus. I didn't have the verses yet. And I went and I played it for one of my friends. His name's Phantom Steez. And the moment I played the song for him, as soon as the pre-hook started, he got goosebumps. And that was my mental note, because he never gets goosebumps, It's so the moment he got the goosebumps, I was like, it's done, I'm dropping the single, and I was just making it for fun, So if anything, the fun energy and the creative energy boosted the song, and it just became something of actually this needs to be out there for the people to hear.
So obviously from dancer to now rapper, and obviously we've got Ngalagata, but You have other dank songs as well. For example, Activate. That was also used from that Vine star King Vader in that comedy sketch.
Yeah.
Swear, activate, sneaks, activate, ooh.
How was music at that point when he used it in that video? Was it already kind of popping, or was it slow at the time?
That was the song that made me take music full on. You know,
made you realize you can take this seriously.
Yeah, I actually think Activate was like a sign from God, like, to be honest, because I dropped Activate. Okay, basically this is how it happened, right? I spoke to my boy Benny Chill. I was like, bro, I don't know what's going on with this music thing. I was still dancing at the time. And then he hit me like with that real advice. He's like, bro, you haven't even dropped your first music video. You haven't gone like full on with the music. You can't complain about the music, you know? Yeah. So I was like, shit, okay, that's facts, you know? So I'm like, fuck it, okay, I've got this new single, Activate. I'm gonna basically shoot a music video for it and whatnot. And funny enough, Activate features Phantom Steez and Alpha Cat Lego, right? So Alpha Cat Lego was shooting a music video for his song called Monati, right? And literally in between his sets, like when we took production break, I stole the camera guy and we shot Activate. Like literally around the corner, like everywhere he was shooting, it was like, okay, let's go there. We shot, that's how we shot the video. So shot the video, took the footage, got home, went on YouTube and learned how to edit. So I'm like, okay, let's get this. You know, I was editing on iMovie. The first draft of Activate, I edited on iMovie. The one that's on YouTube, I edited on iMovie. And then from there, TV declined it. So I had to like learn how to use Premiere Pro, you know. But did that, dropped the music video. As soon as I dropped the music video, I received like automatically a huge like response towards my music. It was different now, you know. So I was like, okay, actually, this music thing can be a thing, you know.
It's a viable option.
Yeah, so I'm like, I bet. Boom, I'm going full time with the music. I was working on an EP, you know, so I'm like, I'm going full on with the music. I literally put a post out on Instagram thanking all my dance clients, everything, saying like, it's been amazing, I'm going full time, blah, 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 blah. As soon as I said that post, boom, I went dead broke. Dead broke, bro. And now I've committed, like the whole world has seen, or like not even the whole world, but like my followers and my world, you know, has seen that like I'm going full on with the music. I went dead broke. And within that period after dropping Activate, 2 months later, or 2 months or 3 months later, I get a tag on Instagram, right? How I got the tag is a whole nother story, but like, basically my friend Sneh Mbata, she DM'd King Vader when I dropped the song. She DM'd him and she was like, yo, do something to this song, you know, it's African vibes, you know, you'll grow your audience in South Africa and whatnot. He was like, yo, how much money we talking, you know, type of thing. And then like, they just had a conversation and basically he actually really just liked the song, you know. So come December, I get the tag on Instagram. I couldn't believe it, bro. Literally went on my profile and I'm just pressing refresh and this thing
just watching the views
is going crazy, bro. Like it's just going viral, you know. So if anything, that was the song that made me go full on with the music. And that's the reason behind where the streams are with that song, you know. It's crazy. Like it also made me realize that music travels to like different places in the world, like the deepest corners you'd never think. Like the song's playing in Russia, but like on Apple Music stats, if you look at like the cities in Russia, not just like Moscow, like there's like cities that I've never heard of in my life, bro, like jamming the song, shazamming the song every day, and it's like, wow, you know. So yeah, man, that's the story behind Activate. Yeah,
that's so sick. Wow. just from humble beginnings to where you are now,
bro.
Yo. So to jump into the songwriting process, I feel like your lyrics are a good blend between influential but also fire. You know what I mean? Is there a difference in your mind between influential and fire, or have you just got to the stage where anything you could do could actually be inspirational to others?
Well, okay, the thing is, as an artist, right, you gotta know that when you make music, you're telling your story. All right, I actually explained this to someone the other day. You're telling your story, but in a way that it relates to someone else. So
I like that, bro.
You get what I'm saying? So I can't come on a song and say, fuck my ex, she cheated on me 20 times. Someone else will be like, hey, but my ex only cheated on me once. You know what I'm trying to say? Like, they won't relate.
Yeah, you want to keep that relatability.
You understand? So the common factor is we both got cheated on. So talk about just cheating. Do you get what I'm saying? So that's where,
Getting on the exact same
yeah,
level of
you
the
need to
people.
tell your story in a way that someone else can understand it and relate to it. You know, sometimes getting too deep into the details makes people break away from it because they don't relate now, even though they would have related. Do you get what I mean? Exactly. So that's where the songwriting has to be in line, you know.
Okay, and this is it's something that's in your mind while you're writing?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, definitely. Sometimes it's mainly just the energy. You know, I'll get on the mic, mumble, and then write afterwards, or the hook just comes to me. Like, I'm a quick writer. I'm very quick at writing. Right now, things have changed, though, because I'm really pushing the vernac vibe towards my hip-hop music, you know. And if anything, what's happening now is I'm trying to, like, okay, let me put it this way. I understand more Zulu than I can speak. All right. So within like the Zulu language, it's actually crazy because I'm learning Zulu while making music. I'm learning it through the music, you know.
Wow.
And it's like things like, for some words or some phrases, you'll say ngi or nge or petit. You know what I mean? Like, it's like certain like phrases or whatever. I don't know if it's phrases or syllables or whatever that you add just before the word. Yeah. To make the term sound right, you know. So I'll sit with my boys and I'll be like, okay, here's my structure. I want to say this in Zulu, and then they'll translate it for me in the best way possible for the song, you know. And yeah, so that's why also, like, when I do vernac lyrics, it sounds believable because the pronunciation is not hard for me. You get what I'm trying to say? So I generally, if my friends are having a conversation in front of me and speaking in Zulu, I'll know what they're talking about. Do you get what I'm saying? Yeah, it's just I didn't ever like study it or didn't grow up with it. So,
but it's so crazy what music can actually do. You can learn a language.
That's what's crazy. It's what's crazy because I mean, like, even now, I mean, most people only know Nkalagata, right? The amounts of music I have now outside of that, like in the archives, it's crazy, bro. And it's even getting to a point now, like, this, funny enough, I wrote one song via Google Translate. For real.
So, do you feel like, because you speak different languages, not fully, but you know, you rap in the different languages, that you can kind of appeal to a different part of the market that other rappers maybe can't?
If anything, when it pertains to like white artists, yeah. For real. Like, I mean, I even have some songs now with like Afrikaans lyrics in them, you know.
Wow.
Yeah, it's just a matter of
getting everyone involved.
Bro, like, we live in South Africa, make South African shit, for real. And there's like, it's actually weird, man. There's a lot of like African artists that like I'm actually friends with that can speak like Zulu, Swati, all these things like fluently, bro. Like, it's their mother tongue, you know. It's like the first language. They can speak it fluently, but they rap in English, you know. And it's like,
not using their abilities,
you know. Okay, if you want to blow up internationally, go for it, bro. Like, keep pushing. Like, I'll support you 100%. But if you're trying to blow up in South Africa, like, let's face facts and realize that, like, look at anyone that, besides Nasty C. Yeah, you know, Nasty C hit that
exception,
bro. Like, and that's why I respect him. Like, he hit that sweet spot, you know, and it took off. But majority of the artists in South Africa, like, legit, like, you gotta really like relate to the masses, you know. Man, like, what's actually, to be frank about it, bro, like, the music is spreading, right? But at the same time, I'm communicating with my audience, right? And that's the thing that a lot of these like rappers get like wrong, is they act like superstars before they make it. Like, bro, why are you holding money to your ear when like that money that you're holding to your ear is for your rent? Like, do you get what I'm trying to say? Like, things like that. Like, it's like, don't be a superstar before you're a superstar. And even when you are a superstar, like, no one likes the guy that flexes on them. Exactly. That's how you get haters, bro. Like, you get what I'm trying to say? Just be a genuine person. Communicate with your audience. Let them get to know you. Let them like you. Because what I'm also understanding right now is that my fans have like a certain type of personality. You know, there's like, I'm starting to figure it out, like, oh shit, they actually have a personality to them. So I'm gaining a type of audience, you know. And the more you communicate with them, the more you share and open like yourself up to them, understanding who you are. Because that's the thing. I can make the best song in the world, but if no one listens to it, my career is nothing. Exactly. You understand? So in engaging with your audience and like replying to DMs, bro, it's insane. Right now, like, dude, like after tonight's post already, like I know when I get on Instagram, I'll probably have to sit for like an hour. Like that's tonight's post was like an hour ago. I have to now go and I reply to all my fans. Okay, I'm not gonna cap. I reply to everyone that reposts my stuff. Yeah. You know, sometimes people come with like weird chats in the DMs, so why is that? But like, just opening up the conversation and talking to them goes a long way. You know, a lot of people want to stunt and act fresh and act like a superstar and blah 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 and all this, and it's just gonna reflect in the long run. You know.
Do you feel that we can change opinions about certain stereotypes of certain people in the country because you are coming from such a diverse angle in terms of the music?
Facts. Bro, I can get into studio and I can try my best to sound like Drake. I'll never be Drake. I'll never sound like Drake. I'll always be, oh, you the SA version of Drake. You know, like this, so like it's, you know, like if you read the comments on social media, and people always comparing South African artists to international American artists. Always, you know, and that's where the beauty comes into it, because if you just reverse the role and look at it the other way, Drake can never sound like Costa Titch.
There you go.
Facts. And that's actually a fact, all right? Like, he can repeat my lyrics. Yeah, he might even sound doper than I do, but he still sounds like Drake. You get what I'm trying to say? Exactly, you know? So, like, yo, just own your truth, own your uniqueness, you know, and just be different. Like, take what you have around you every day and bring it into the music, and you're gonna, like, you'll get there, bro.
You say that you're not backed by a label right now. Is that ultimately the goal, or are you trying to stay independent?
I want to stay independent, bro. Okay, if you had asked me this question at the beginning of the year, I would have told my bro I'll sign any day, right? And the pure reason before that was, you know, I know what a label will do for me. But at the same time, I told him, like, I was two minds about it. I was like, it's either I'll sign right now, but if I blow up without them, I don't think I'll sign. And the reason for that is, now that, like, my music is moving, and I'd say it's popping and it's like breaking, it's getting mainstream attention, people are loving it and spreading it, I don't need a label. Do you get what I mean? And the reason for that is, like, now I go and sign to a label, I'll be shooting myself in the foot, because now that corporate structure is going to come in, take all my rights, and they milk the profit off of my hard work all these years. Exactly. You know what I mean? So at least give me a good year or two before I join forces with someone. But then again, it depends on the deal. You know, it's all what's in black and white.
What's on that paper, bro?
That's the only thing that matters, bro. You can sell me dreams. You can come to me and say, I'm gonna give you a Drake feature. Bro, if it's not on paper, it's not in void, you know? So yeah, man, the whole label situation, even right now, I'm 2 months about it. I know exactly what a label can do for me, especially in the position I'm in right now. But at the end of the day, man, like, we as a team have worked a lot. You know, we've worked really hard. We need to enjoy this moment, you know.
So it's come to that time of the interview where you can say pretty much what's in store for Costa Titch's music future, you know? Obviously you said you don't want to be signed, but what are the upcoming plans? Speak to the camera and tell the people what you're going to be doing.
Okay. If anything, I don't know when this interview is going to drop, but I'll probably be pushing in Kalagata for 24 weeks. So it's a long time. You guys are going to hear the song over and over, so please don't get bored. There's two different worlds that are happening right now. There's the social media world and there's the mainstream media world, which is radio and TV. And those two worlds don't work on the same pace. You know, on social media, people get bored quickly. With mainstream media, it takes a while for it to reach all the different corners of South Africa, you know. So I'm definitely going to be pushing Kalagata for quite a while now. And at some point, just know I'm working on new music. It's fire. And I'll definitely be giving you guys either an EP or an album at this point right now, I've done a lot of like features with some really dope artists in the industry, you know. So to the Titch gang, I love and appreciate you guys so much. Thank you for helping me push. Thank you for changing my life. Literally, Nkalaga dropped 2 months ago, and honestly, there's been a drastic change in where I was to where I am and where I'm going, and I can only say thank you for that. So yeah.
Awesome stuff. Thank you so much for letting us come through for the interview. You guys were about to have dinner, so really, really appreciate it. And anyways, thank you so much. This has been Vincent Bailey for AVG.
Yes, sir.
And of course, Costa Titch.
Yes,
Thank you very much, and have a blessed one.
Away, bro.